There was once a boy named Arav. He lived in a dusty, forgotten corner of the city, in a slum where dreams didn't survive long. His clothes were torn, his shoes, a single pair, barely holding together with safety pins and hope. But his eyes still had something most people lost long ago: kindness.
Every day after school, Arav would head to a rundown tea stall to work. He didn't go home to play video games, he went to earn. Just enough to buy some rice and pay a bit toward his mother's medicine. Life was hard, but he never complained. One chilly evening, as Arav was cleaning up the stall, he noticed a little girl, maybe 6 or 7, barefoot, standing by the garbage can. She wasn't begging, she was just staring at the stale bread someone had thrown away. Arav walked up to her. "Are you hungry?" he asked. She nodded. Without a second thought, he reached into his pocket and gave her the 2 samosas he had saved for his dinner. She smiled, and that smile, it was worth more than gold. But as she turned to leave, Arav noticed something else. Her feet, bruised, bleeding from stepping on glass. He looked down at his shoes, torn, ugly, barely wearable, but still better than what she had, which was nothing. He didn't think twice. He bent down and began taking them off. "Here," he said softly. "They're old, but they'll protect your feet." She stared at him, stunned. He placed the shoes near her feet and walked away barefoot. That night, Arav went home hungry and cold. His mother scolded him gently for not eating. But Arav just smiled and said, "Some days your soul needs to feel full more than your stomach does." Days passed. Weeks turned to months. One day, a man in a black car pulled up near the tea stall. He was well-dressed, successful, but there was something familiar about him. He walked up to Arav and said, "Do you remember me?" Arav blinked. "I'm sorry, sir, I don't." The man smiled. "I was sitting in the car that day. I saw what you did for that little girl. She's my daughter." Arav froze. "She had run away from home after a fight," the man continued. "And you didn't know who she was. You had nothing, but you gave her everything." A long pause. Then, the man looked him in the eyes and said, "I run a nonprofit school for underprivileged kids. From today, you're not working at this stall anymore. You're going to school, full-time, on a scholarship. And not just that. We want you to be part of something bigger." Tears welled up in Arav's eyes. No one had ever given him anything until now. Years later, Arav stood on a stage in a crisp blazer, delivering a speech at a conference for youth empowerment. He was no longer the boy with torn shoes. He was now the man who helped thousands get their first pair. And as he looked into the crowd, he said something that made everyone pause. When you think you have nothing, look again. You might still have the power to change someone's life. If this story moved you even a little, then remember, the smallest act of kindness can echo through someone's lifetime. Subscribe to Voice of Reality, where true power lies not in what you have, but in what you choose to give.